So I guess this is what I get for trying to tell you that the Jesse James play was an incompletion. Is this Kelvin Benjamin thing that happened on Sunday against the Patriots. And, you know, I gotta just, I guess, start off by saying, look, I don't think the NFL is rigged. I really don't. I probably did on Sunday. I truly don't. I don't think it's rigged. Maybe slight favoritism towards certain players and stuff, because it's a business. You protect your assets, I guess. I think that there's pretty good evidence of that at some points. I don't think it's rigged. But the only time I ever watched the NFL and I'm like, wow, I hate this league. This game is stupid. Why do people watch it? Is when I'm watching the Patriots. And it just seems that way. The only time I ever have that thought ever comes across my mind, like, I can't stand this. Like, get the XFL back right now. Vince McMahon, really brilliant to capitalize upon that right now. People are mad. Ratings are down in the NFL, things like that. But, like, anyway, the only time I'm ever like, wow, this is so dumb. Why do I like this? Is when I watch the Patriots. And is that a fluke? I don't know. Is it a fluke that the Patriots have 4 controversial, touchdown calls this season? The one against Houston, Brandon Cooks, where the ball, looked like it hit the ground, doesn't even get reviewed. It's confirmed. Whatever. The Austin Seferian-Jenkins play in October, where he, fumbles it, but, doesn't recover it in time or something, and they rule it a touchback. The Jesse James thing, and then the Bills thing. And all of those games were one-score games at the time. The Steelers were driving for the win. The Jets ended up only losing by 7. It was a close game. I actually, don't know what the score was at the time. The Texans were actually winning when Cook scored the touchdown, and the Bills would have been winning, most likely going into halftime, had that touchdown counted. Now, I mean, you could say that maybe Charles Clay should have caught the pass before, and I'd say that you're right. But that doesn't really change the fact that Kelvin Benjamin scored a touchdown against Stephon Gilmore. You can go back, and you can't really review whether Stephon Gilmore interfered with Kelvin Benjamin, but you can go back and do, all this micromanaging and seeing with control and everything, and it's just a mess. I don't think the Music City Miracle was examined as intensely as Kelvin Benjamin's play was. That was a playoff game. Granted, replay has expanded and gotten so much more. Replay technology has gotten so much better over the years, and that has really helped the reviews, but also increased the number of reviews, and and it just kind of defeating the purpose, I guess. You wanted replay back in 99 because, or 98, whenever it first came in, because you wanted obvious calls to be fixable. You want to be oh my god, that guy fumbled, and the refs missed that. We need to review that and get this right. Not to see if Kelvin Benjamin had total control of the football and dragged the foot at the same time, even though we can line those things up together and look at them, because Tony Romo's doing it on the live broadcast. I'm not sure what's taking so long. Here it is on the left, here's on the right, this is lined up, the frames are lined up, and here he is with the pellets and the drag. You can see the streak in the turf, and it looks like he has possession of the ball, and then you overturn it. It's micromanaging to the fullest. And what you've done is, in turn, tried to better the game, but sort of ruin the sport, and that's where your ratings are hurting. Forget the fact that people might think that you're favoriting the Patriots at Gillette Stadium. I'm not saying it would have affected the result of the game. It might have affected the score, but the Bills could go up 17-13 at half. Maybe they come out. Let's just say maybe they come out again and kick that field goal on their first drive. And then they're up 20-13. Maybe that happens. That's not out of the realm of possibility. And then the Patriots come back, and instead driving to take the lead, the 20-16 lead, they're driving to tie. I don't know. It's different. It's definitely different. But I'm not saying that the Bills will have won the game by any means. But it's different. Anyway, what you've done is you've just, by doing this, you just ruined, like, the immediate reactions, like the real-time reactions for fans. Like, that play happened, I'm like, yeah, like, I didn't know at first, but, like, I was pumped up when they reviewed it. The referees looking at each other. And imagine being that referee. You made a good call. Everybody thinks you made a good call. Like, was that Lombardi, the guy, or Blandino? Not Lombardi. Dean Blandino and Mike Lombardi, for NFL, probably did too. And Mike Pereira, who were former heads of officiating, are like, yeah, that's absurd that that got overturned. There's not enough evidence to overturn that. I would have left it a touchdown last year. Like, oh my God, are you kidding me? So imagine being that referee where you're like, you're right. Everybody thinks you're right. And then, like, some dude, like, looking at monitors, wearing a suit looking at monitors, and it is just like, no. Look at this right here. The ball kind of doesn't hit the ground. He maintains it through the ground, which is impressive enough. Doesn't no. What do you guys think? Does he make that decision on his own, or does he like really talk to like 3 other dudes or whatever? Could be women. Sorry, I mean, assume genders. God forbid. Does he go, you? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? And they all go, looks incomplete to me. Use your brain. You're killing the sport. You're killing, like, the fun. All you do is stop the game for reviews. You stop the game for commercials. Like, you do touchdown commercial, kickoff commercial. They've been better about that this year. But, like, touchdown commercial, replay commercial. Like, oh, my God. You're just ruining the fun. It's not fun to watch anymore. Because every time Shady goes for like a long run, I'm like, yes! I get up, I celebrate. And then I'm like, wait, let me look on the bottom right screen for a flag. Let me look for that yellow thing. It doesn't come up? Okay, cool. But you've like ruined the moment. You've ruined the touchdown. Because first, you take it away, obviously. You take away what seems to be an obvious, thing you can't overturn. Just, it's not fun. It's not fun when you do that. And it's supposed to be fun. Holy moly, I wasted half the video talking about this. But like, we'll talk about, obviously, the Bills still playoff life. But, and the other thing, the Dion Lewis play. The Dion Lewis 4th down play. Like, does the whistle blow before it reaches out? I don't know, really. But, like, what's hilarious to me? Is, like, they just overturned it like nothing. Like, oh yeah, it's 1st down. They didn't like, we will respot. They didn't do anything like, we'll respot the ball and measure. They could just like, oh yeah, no. 1st down. Like, that's hilarious to me. Like, for all of like, this micromanaging you're doing, you should know exactly where that ball's got to go. It looked like it was like the point of the yard line, and then measure it. I mean, you're just like, oh no, this is clearly because, what did you see, the yellow line? The imaginary yellow line? Did they see that? They like, look down the, oh yeah, well apparently according to this orange strip here, it's that we lay down here, it's manual. This is a 1st down. Come on, measure the stupid thing. Oh my God. Bills lost. I don't think it would have made a difference. I don't think it would have made a difference in the game, but it made a difference in my viewing experience of the game, and that sucks. It really does. Well, now that I've gone off on that for like 9 minutes, the Bills are 8-7. Nothing they wanted to go their way on Sunday or Saturday went their way. The Ravens won, the Titans lost, the Chargers won, the Chiefs won, whatever. Everything they needed to go their way didn't go their way. And but they're still in it. This is still not like a terrible Week 17 playoff scenario. If you came into the season like, I'll give you a Week 17 playoff scenario. You need a win and somebody else to lose. Are you taking that? I'm thinking, knowing the Bills' roster and everything, and team probably like, yeah, definitely. Definitely I'm taking that. It's not that much different from 2004. 2004 stung, don't get me wrong, but it's not like the Bills needed to just go in there and beat the Steelers' backups. That's not how it was. They needed to beat the Steelers, and they needed the Jets to lose to the Rams, I believe it was. The Jets did end up losing to the Rams. But it wasn't, that simple. This is very, very similar. The difference is the Bills were at home that day, and the Jets were on the road where they ended up losing. And now this week, the Bills are on the road, and the Ravens, the Titans, and the Chargers are all at home. Are the Chargers really at home? There'll probably be more Ravens or Raiders fans there than there will be Chargers fans. They're all playing against teams that really have nothing to play for. Tennessee is playing a playoff team in the Jaguars, but the Jaguars are locked into the 3 seed. Doug Marrone says they're going to play their starters and play to win. I'll believe that when I see it. I believe that he will start Blake Bortles and his starters, but I don't know that they will finish the game. Sorry, I haven't talked about the scenario. I'm assuming most of you know it. The Bills need a win and a Ravens loss, that gets them in, or a win and a Titans and Chargers loss. That's where the past 2 weeks, like, I was celebrating when Jimmy Garoppolo led the Niners down the field to beat the Titans, and it should have been the other way around. I was rooting for the Titans last week, too, against the Rams, because if the Titans would have won, the Chargers would be eliminated. And then the Bills would be in with a win and Ravens loss, or a win and just the Titans loss. The Bills would have been in. So I would have liked that to happen, but at the same point, you wanted everybody to be close, I guess. But it is what it is. I mean, this is, like I said, it's not a terrible scenario. I don't think the Ravens are a lock to beat the Bengals. I think they're about as much of a lock to beat the Bengals as the Bills are to beat the Dolphins. And why am I wrong about that? Sure, the Ravens are at home, but this is the Ravens. Okay, the Ravens are 9-6. They started 1-0 when they beat the Bengals. They're bookended by the Bengals. So they were 1-0 when they beat the Bengals. Here are the quarterbacks that the Ravens have beaten since they started 1-0. There's 8. Well, there's 8 wins. Deshaun Kaiser, E.J. Manuel, Matt Moore, Brett Hundley, Tom Savage, Matt Stafford, Deshaun Kaiser, Jacoby Brissett. Matt Stafford is the only one worth a damn in that list. So now that they're coming back to Andy Dalton, they're at home, like I said. The Bengals certainly don't like the Ravens. They might be playing for for Marvin Lewis, who is probably in his last game coaching for the Bengals after he's been there for all those years. It's really the best opponent, considering they're all division games. It's really the best opponent that Bills fans could ask for the Ravens, because you don't want them to play the Browns, and you don't want them to play the Steelers, who have nothing to play for and might end up resting some of their guys. So it's possible. I mean, the Ravens are 9.5-point favorites or something. The Bills are like 2.5-point favorites against the Dolphins. But I'm not ruling it out by any means. I don't think the Ravens are that good, to be honest with you. I know they're 9-6. They've won 5 out of 6 games. They're like 9th on offense in points and like 4th in scoring defense. But I don't know. I think it's there. Like, this is very possible. And after all the Bills starting 5-2, and then the Peterman thing, and McDermott has kept this locker room together. It means I think he carries a pretty good voice in that locker room. That's basically what I'm trying to get across there. I think they believe in him. They play for their coach. Hopefully the Bengals do the same on Sunday. It's, have a Happy New Year, guys. Hope you had a good Christmas. It's New Year's Eve. Can you just imagine this town if the Bills clinch the playoffs and the drought on New Year's Eve? Wow. I mean, see you guys in Jacksonville next week, right? Or Kansas City, depending on what happens. Kansas City starting Patrick Mahomes. Imagine if the Bills get the 5 seed and then some sort of weird scenario plays out where Andy Reid's like, I guess I'll start Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. I don't foresee that happening, but it would be funny, because that's how our curse, drought, whatever, started. So Jay Cutler's running for the bus, right? Jay Cutler's probably pissed off that the Dolphins game got flexed to 4:30. He's probably not too pumped about that, because he just wants to get out of there healthy. He's already talking about it's over, and it pretty much is, but just beat the Dolphins. Let me pick the Bills to beat the Dolphins, please. Although the Bills are terrible in second half scoring. We saw some ridiculous stats there. They have no third quarter touchdowns in Tampa Bay or something, and 1 fourth quarter touchdown. No fourth quarter touchdowns in the past 5 games. Anyway, I'm going to pick them to win anyway. 24-20. 24-20 Bills. I'm not going to say whether or not they're going to the playoffs, but you know, guys, whatever. I want to thank all of you for sticking with me. I'm going to go a little over 15 minutes, not too much longer, I promise. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for hitting me up on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter all season long. This is hands down by the most successful season of my videos ever, and it's like the 9th year I've been making them. So, you know, thanks for everything. Thanks for commenting, even the opposing teams' fans, everything. Thank you guys. I might make a video next week. I might make a video next week if they make the playoffs. But if they don't, I might make still make a season review type of thing. But I just want to thank you guys. Again, you can always hit me up on Twitter. My Twitter handle is the same as my YouTube username. And I always want to hear your opinions on what's going on, what you think might do a quarterback next year. If you want to talk that far ahead, you want to talk about this week, let's talk about this week. I think the Bills are going to win, but I don't know what the Bengals are going to do. I'm not going to make that prediction. I'm just going to watch it and keep my fingers crossed. So, once again, guys, thank you. Enjoy your weekend. Have a happy new year. And above all else, go Bills.